Hi folks, Job Comics here. If you looked at that logo, what do you think about it? I know exactly what you think about. You think about X-Men, was it 137? And it was the first appearance of Dazzler. Yeah, no, this ain't it. This is one of those Disney covers that they did for the 60th year. This is actually, it's a homage to that cover. It's Minnie Mouse's Dazzler. What if Minnie debuted as the Dazzler? So yeah, they did a series of these covers and they put Disney characters in iconic covers. Now, you know what confused me about this is that this ain't an issue of the X-Men. This is issue 51 of Spidey. So that's quite jarring, isn't it? They wonder why comic collectors, especially young comic collectors, get confused. It's because they probably do these kind of variants, and you would buy that and you would think, oh look, they're doing like this is Minnie Mouse's Dazzler. No, no, it ain't. It's this. What is that? Is that Spider Goblin? That ain't Minnie Mouse's Dazzler. So you can see why that would be confusing for readers. Yeah, look, Namor, issue 1. I don't even think I knew that was out. I'm assuming that that's the cover, right? The Last King of Atlantis. See if that's the first issue of your comic. Why would you have your hero like that? See. Don't they think these things through? So yeah, look at the Vulture there. Electro there. So this is a new Spider-Man where I think they were just like throwing everything at the wall and hoping that something would stick. I love Spider-Man. I think his Silver and Bronze Age runs some of the best comics ever produced, but I don't know what's going on with this one. But it was the cover that caught my eye, so I bought it and I thought, well, if nothing else, it's a cool cover. Speaking of cool covers, here's another one. Now, I know you're looking at this and you're thinking, oh, wait a minute, I recognise those rocks flying up in the air and that beam. That's X-Men 137. It's the death of Marvel Girl's death of Phoenix, isn't it? No, it's not. It's a homage, and that's, I don't know, Donald and Daisy Duck. What if Donald and Daisy had mutant powers? And you can imagine seeing that and thinking, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. No, that ain't it. It's Spider-Man 55, I think, this time, yeah. How very, very confusing. I can understand the logic of doing those kind of variant covers. Look at this comic. Do you know what else I noticed about this comic? Right. What are we into this comic? Let me go from here, right? So, there's the credits, yeah. There's a guest artist and a guest colour artist, and there's a letterer who's probably a guest as well, and then there's a writer, Zeb Wells, who's probably a guest anyway. So you get like 2 pages of Spidey here, just doing nothing. Then you get this foxy lady, and you get Peter Parker, and you know he's kind of out in this. Look at this. Right, this is 1 page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 panels. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16 panels, all exactly the same. Is this what the medium has came to? I mean, honestly. Now, I know, look, that's still not enough. Look, 2, 4, 6, there's not 8 panels. No, that's not enough in this issue of Spider-Man. There's another 2, 4, 6. There, I mean, really, come on. Look, and this goes on and on and on and on. And then they've got the cheek to actually... They've got the cheek to show this. Oh my God, on the next page. It breaks my heart. In what way, shape or form? Look, this goes on and on and on. This is a comic book, you know, predominantly read by... Look, it goes on and on and on and on and on. And it's... Look, that's the middle pages. Yeah, this comic's brand new, by the way. That is the middle pages. So at the centre of this comic, nothing has happened. So you get towards the end, he's still not in his costume. What does he do? Peter, he's out here just like chatting to these villains. I mean, what? Could you imagine this was your first Spider-Man comic? Imagine that you'd just been to see Spider-Man No Way Home and this was your first Spider-Man comic. You'd be like, what the is this nonsense? Look. Nothing happens. They wonder why people don't read these things anymore. Nothing happens. This is a Spider-Man comic. Nothing happens. And you picked it up. Look, Reason Spider-Man 55. You picked this up because you thought, hey, look at that cool cover. It's X-Men 137. Maybe they're going to kill off Daisy Duck. No. Here's another one. Yeah, it's a 3-for-1 today. Do you remember this one? What issue was this? Quick, you tell me in the comments. You should know. Captain America and Wolverine and Black Widow. What if Donald, Goofy and Daisy met for the first time as superheroes? Yeah, I mean, you gotta laugh at that. I mean, it's quite funny. But it's a Spider-Man comic. Why did they not do iconic Spider-Man comic covers? Why did they not do that? Yeah? Anyway, hey, at least this opens up with a big fight scene in your comic book. Do you know what I mean? Which is really what you want to see. But I'll tell you this: if I'd picked up those previous issues, I probably would have picked up the next one. Let's face it. Who was it that said? Was it Jim Shooter that said that every comic is somebody's first comic? Every comic is somebody's first comic. Now, see if this was your first comic. If this was your first comic, you'd be like, what is this? I don't know what this is. Some weird pound store soap opera garbage that nobody's interested in and only serves as a filler issue for people who have probably been laying down their hard-earned money so they can complete their run. Yeah, they wonder why. And see, people that say comics aren't in trouble, comics are in trouble, folks. Yeah, the sooner you realise that, the better. And this is not the way out of it. I don't know what Marvel are thinking. And if you think that Absolute Batman's going to save the industry, you got another thing coming. So anyway, that's those weird, somewhat likable covers, probably rotten comics. Hopefully that's not too hot a take, and you can subscribe to the channel anyway, and let me know what you think about these covers and these comics. Hey, let a guy know. I don't care. Thanks for watching if you did, and I'll see you in the next one.